Hey everyone, it's Andy with the Reverb Tone Report, and today we're checking out the Triple Threat, which is the latest from Jack White's Third Man Hardware, and there's always a collaboration in there, and this time they've gone for a company that is always offering a lot more affordable gear, which you can find right here on Reverb, and that is Donner. So let's check out this collaboration and get into some sounds. First up in the Triple Threat is an all-analog distortion circuit designed with high gain in mind. Simple controls give you anything from high output, low gain crunch to singing sustain that maintains a very fat low end. The phaser is quite capable of a classic warm swirl all the way to wobbly modulations. But the added depth can tame the sweep or extend the frequencies to really cut through, especially when you take advantage of the extra output boost afforded by this effect's volume control. Finally, the analog voiced echo dishes out a warm repeat that excels not only with slapback usage, but in longer repeats just shy of 1 second. And cranking up the feedback will give you self-oscillation and a voicing that blurs into a nice lush soundscape. Of course, the real magic happens when you combine these three effects in different ways. And like all Third Man hardware, these effects meet the requirements and tastes of Mr. Jack White, which means it's ready for stage and studio and equipped to handle a wide range of playing styles. Look for the Triple Threat from Third Man Hardware and Donner right here on Reverb. So lots of drive there, but it's really a nice and pleasant distortion that you could still hear everything clearly through, and that's kind of why I grabbed this semi-hollow, because it tends to have kind of a more boomy low end, but as you can hear, everything stayed really tight and really sweet on the top end as well. Let's try some lower gain settings. I think this one could use a little bit of slapback, so let's dial that in with the echo. And since we're dipping into this echo, let's turn off the distortion for now and check out some longer delay settings. And if you really crank up the feedback, you start to hear that analog style self-oscillation creeping in. we'll get back to that echo, but let's dip into the phaser here. I'm going to set it to a very slow and very wide sweep here. So I have the rate at its slowest and the depth at its highest. As I mentioned before, there's a little bit of boost here if you dial the level all the way up. Let's hear a little bit more what this phaser can do by adjusting some of these parameters like the depth and the rate. So I've grabbed some single coils here so you could really hear the wide frequency sweep we have. And I'm going to start with the depth around halfway. And as soon as I increase it, you're going to hear more of a vibe or bubbly quality going on. And now here's a shallow depth here with a slow speed. It's really subtle. Hit with some distortion to really excite that sweep. So a lot of different shades there from that last example, which is kind of going more into the vibe territory, to something a lot more subtle and funky. Now let's get back to the echo here now that I have some single coils, and then we're going to try all three on at once and see what kind of combinations we can get. Now I'm just going to use the phaser and the echo just to kind of support a heavy high gain distortion sound. So I'm not really looking to overpower the signal, just going to kind of fill the background with a very shallow and slow phaser and the echo set to a very low level. Well, there you go, a triple threat of distortion, phaser, and echo from Third Man and Donner. And you can find this compact and affordable pedal right here on Reverb. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.